we know that the costs of leads have gone up recently. It's affected all parts of the business, efficiency, so forth. And we'll start, Jeff, with you, and then we'll move this way to Brian. And I just would love to get your thoughts on where we are with lead generation right now. There's a lot of emphasis on go-get marketing. There's a lot of emphasis on, we're going to have a whole section this afternoon about the new FCC 1-to-1 rule with lead aggregators. So take it away, Jeff.
All right, great. Yeah, I think that we all know that the leads are the lifeblood of the business. And if we all had unlimited leads, we'd have unlimited sized businesses. It'd be easy. So what we see is there has been an increase in costs of our lead flow, which may force us to become better. And post-COVID, there were just leads flowing everywhere. It was easy to do those things. And so, like a lot of people, we got a little sloppy during that time. So this has forced us to be the company we probably should have been the entire time by butting up our systems and processes and treating every lead like gold. But a big part of it is getting back out in the world and controlling our own fate by knocking on more doors, and events has been a huge lift for us. I think we did 30 or 40 events last year. We're gonna do probably 140, 150 events this year. So a huge uptick in getting face-to-face with customers.
Brian?
Yeah, and so we're seeing the same thing. So obviously, cost of leads continue to increase, and so that's a battle we constantly fight. And so for us, the approach is really how do we maximize every single contact that we do have, whether that be just an inquiry, trying to get that into an appointment, or if we do have something that results in a demo no sell, how do we continue to stand for that homeowner, provide them value, and educate them? So again, I can continue to throw good money after bad lead sources, but the leads that do come in, how do we maximize those opportunities is really our approach.
Jenilee?
I'm going to build off of what they said. That's, I think you're going to hear that across all of us up here on the increasing in cost. So is it SGSing? Is it rehashing? Going back through the training? You hear a lot about talent. You hear a lot about training. This is why, right? When these costs rise, is how you manage your funnel and make sure you don't lose one of those sales.
All right, thank you. And Vince, this is your wheelhouse.
Yeah, I think it's important to start by defining what a lead is. I mean, if you ask a marketer, a lead is a conversion. If you ask a sales rep, a lead is an issued lead. So I think talking about them in that vernacular of raw lead, set lead, issued lead, all the way through. We particularly haven't really had any problem whatsoever in raw leads. I think what we and a lot of people probably in this room are challenged with are turning those raw leads into issued or set and then issued leads. I don't think that the political atmosphere is helping us right now. I expect this week to be a little bit tough, specifically with all the robocalls that are coming on the political side. So I think what that comes down to is you've got to pivot in different ways. Texting, email, you have to make sure that your tech stack is not built on a house of cards, but one that you're constantly reinventing. But for us, raw leads aren't the challenge. We get 20, 30,000 raw leads a week of a month over 9 locations. Now, some of those locations we're able to turn into issued leads at X% and some 5X%. So, or half of that, I should say. So for us, it's more about the conversion and the people behind that and the tech behind that than it is actually getting the demand from the consumer.
Thank you.
Yep, I got 2 things on it. 2 things. First of all, as long as you have knuckles, you can always have a business. If you can always make a lead, you'll always stay in business. If you can knock a door, you can stay in business. The second thing is, I think that our industry has gotten, usually the large marketing managers are vendor managers. They're managing different lead sources, when I think the industry has to shift to be content creators. I think businesses could do a better job by creating their own content instead of managing vendors.